This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories. I have not done this often, and in fact I wasn't planning on releasing a video tomorrow, but once I saw this I knew I had to, and this is my first real breakdown for anything, at least going in depth, and not just looking at it in general, but looking at a scene by scene thing, because I feel like that is very essential for this one. So we just got revealed that the new Spider-Man movie is called Spider-Man No Way Home, and I'm going to break down the trailer. It begins with Tom Holland, Zendaya, and Jacob Batalon walking away from John Watts' office as Tom explains how he is given another fake title for the movie, and both the actors have to explain to Tom why he doesn't get the true title, because with the last one, he spoiled it, and they turn the joke of Tom Holland spoiling Marvel into MCU canon, since this is clearly a Marvel trailer, and that means it is now canon in Marvel that Tom Holland spoils Marvel movies. Then we finally get this board, which I'm going to look at a bunch of potential joke titles for this movie in different sections, so we can see a little more close up. So let's begin. Looking here, we have Spider-Man Home Sweet Home, which says gross. There's one that says Spider-Man Work From Home, which is crossed out and says please no. Looking down, I have that cut off, which we'll go into later. Going back to the top, we see an arc reactor and one that says Home Worlds, which is crossed out, saying boring. Going to the top, it says can't find home, which is crossed out and has what under it. Beneath it looks like there's a cube, which may be the Tesseract. There's one that says close to home, and it says holds too close to home under that, meaning it's too similar to what 2020 and 2021 have been like. Above it we have a hexagon, and I cannot read out the writing on there, and I'm going to continue on to the next side of this. At the top there's some kind of triangle design, and it has the next title, Stay at Home, and it says stop, hard pass, with definitely a bunch of these being jokes about 2020 to 21, which you'll see here. There's some webs in the corner, and under that it says zooming home, and it says please stop under that. Under that it says homeschooled, and it's crossed out, and it says Aunt May says no. Under that there's a little spider symbol, and the last title we could see on this one, it says homesick, and it says ugh. So it clearly means that they just wanted to make a bunch of jokes about 2020 and 2021, and that'd be very funny, and I think I could agree that it is, and they're being very clever with it. And there was another spider web to the side of that. Looking here, it says below that, webcamming. It says under that, keep it PG. And also they've commented that it needs home in the title, which clearly means they understand the joke they're making, and it's just not some kind of weird coincidence that this happened 3 times in a row. Then it has Far From Home, and that's crossed out. They have Come On, and it says that we've already done this, and that is a very funny joke, I think, to show that they were definitely want to mess with us and show that they were trying to reuse the same ideas, and that is not a good idea. And then it has homemade cut out above here, and it says above that, I just want to let you know I zoomed in quickly because I noticed it's really hard to see at that point. All this is a little more blurry. I think it's a little better to see. So going back on, it says homemade, and it says too cutesy, home run, and it says what, and then speedball is below it, and then we have a few more pictures below it, and now I'm going to go back to that normal picture to continue looking at what we were looking at before. Looking down again, we could see Welcome Home, which is just crossed out, and then we have Home Alone, that's crossed out, and it says there's a copyright issue, which is a funny joke, considering how Home Alone is a movie already, and I'm sure that many of you have heard of it. We then have a picture of the Spider-Man eyes, him shooting a web, a few spider sense symbols, and finally we see the name No Way Home pointing towards the bigger title of the name, which is shown in full when this is zoomed out. And looking at this last one, there are a few interesting ones on here. Well, I mean, really one. There is No Place Like Home, and there's a question about if that's trademarked or not, so they're not going to use that. And finally, they have Wanda Go Home, and it says we're already there. So that is very interesting, looking at WandaVision, wondering if she's going to be looked at as a villain in the MCU after that, especially considering how this is worded. And it seems like they don't want Wanda to be out, and maybe this trailer was meant to come out a few weeks later, once WandaVision was done. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories, and may the Force be with you.